It isn't compulsory for me to remind anybody that I acknowledge descriptions that I imagine before making a decision that they should be defined. I am entirely aware of the plain and obvious measures that I make, like having a verdict because of using a scale. My mind is aware of the indicated strategies that I already identified, like being alleged through using cocaine or because of an alarm clock. Since time flies silently without making a tick-tock clock sound like the sand in an hourglass, I make sure I am capable of dominating activities when I find things to do, like having an overview of programs after making progress by participating actively and behind the scenes. Too many infants are lazy and they wish that everybody should move at their pace by trying to distract the success of those who accomplish obligations when success is in sight. The way they can cause me to delay when I am doing my work as a fabricator while using a grinder through deception to interfere when work is being done appropriately. Escape the tragedies that can be caused when I make a mistake. The authentication in my imagination enables me to distinguish between valid and fake. My dedication to commitments that are acceptable is based on realizing that I ought not to take life for granted. When there is an aim to intimidate me, I don't allow the effort they make to stress me, to shake me, because it's pointless for my brain to have an earthquake due to worrying about temporal events. You can jump into a lake of fire in a volcano if you think that you can distract me because you are fraudulent. Escape the tragedies that can be caused when I make a mistake. The authentication in my imagination enables me to distinguish between valid and fake. A dedication to commitments that are acceptable is based on realizing that I ought not to take life for granted. When there is an aim to intimidate me, I don't allow the effort they make to stress me, to shake me, because it's pointless for my brain to have an earthquake due to worry about temporal events. You can jump into a lake of fire if you think that you can distract me because you are fraudulent. I know exactly where I'm heading because of foresight. My determination gives me solutions in advance, and they are effective through causing me to be on the advantageous side. I maintain my balance when I am using a grinder. That is exactly the way I organize myself in my brain. Emotional intelligence enables me to have a stable mind because of having a stance that supports me to be determined, because that is very essential. For instance, when I have to distinguish between necessary and irrelevant, critical thinking enables me to calm my nerves by influencing me to focus, like when I have to assemble a control circuit when wiring a motor for hazards not to affect me. I interpret the separate descriptions that they misunderstand. When I include ideas in my diary, acknowledging that wanting to stand out is vital, so that causes me to withstand adapting to original procedures that are the valid standards. Escape the tragedies that can be caused when I make a mistake. The authentication in my imagination enables me to distinguish between valid and fake. My dedication to commitments that are acceptable is based on realizing that I ought not to take life for granted. When there is an aim to intimidate me, I don't allow the effort they make to stress me, to shake me, because it's pointless for my brain to have an earthquake due to worrying about temporal events. You can jump into a lake of fire in a volcano if you think that you can distract me because you are fraudulent. Escape the tragedies that can be caused when I make a mistake. The authentication in my imagination enables me to distinguish between valid and fake. The dedication to commitments that are acceptable is based on realizing that I ought not to take life for granted. When there is an aim to intimidate me, I don't allow the effort they make to stress me, to shake me, because it's pointless for my brain to have an earthquake due to worry about temporal events. You can jump into a lake of fire if you think that you can distract me because you are fraudulent. Having initiative is caused by interest to not be stagnant. If being on the same level starts to feel like being behind bars, then considering to improve is the right thing to do. In a world where you have to stand up by managing to be firm through facing reality with a sober mind instead of giving a testimony by telling a story to make excuses that are of no significance. Make the effort so that you won't feel sorry for yourself by choosing shortcuts, because to be not incompetent, you have to understand obligations clearly. My objectives to do things that are efficient is not for me to be in good terms with critics, because making a transition that is inevitable is supposed to be for my own good. Picture how it is when a drug dealer becomes a drug lord. If they don't consider increasing the level of their security, a drug war can be a walk in the park. Ensuring that I can support myself is the right way for me to prove that my 5 senses are not dormant, like not being sensitive to certain senses because of either being intoxicated or being a drug addict, instead of being stable like a drug dealer who isn't like a dormant volcano. That is through being continuously alert.